Alright, hello everyone, this is my Nautilus review and Kraken comparison. Yeah. So let's get into this. Okay, now I got the thumbnail out of the way. Okay, so the Nautilus is G10, 6061 aluminum. And if you get the inked version, it has a DLC blade to it, diamond-like carbon, coat, you know. And there's a lot of issues to this thing, and there's a lot of really bright sides, but not like horrible, you know. It's not a terrible knife. I love this thing. Alright, so it is meant to be light, and it is very light. Let's say you're flipping in the morning, though. The con to this is if you're flipping in the morning and you're tired, this thing is gonna fly out of your hand, and it has a tendency to do that sometimes. So get used to it. And it's all you really have to do, just get used to it. I like this thing a lot. It's light, the G10 feels great on it. The design looks great, and the tang pins don't back out. These things are really, really good. And it can take a beating. Obviously, I try to take care of my knives, but if you drop it, you know, you don't really have to, like, wet yourself over it. But, you know, it sounds nice. And it flips really good. I'd say, it's my favorite out of the squid bunch. Just by, like, a little bit. And I have my dogs out here, so if there's any cuts, just know that I'm just taking care of them. But, it's my favorite out of the squid bunch. Mainly because it's like just a light, quick flipper and great to learn on. And sometimes you drop it, it happens. But getting on to the comparison part with the Kraken, the Kraken is 7075 aluminum, and is heavier, obviously, durable, a bit more durable, and also has a DLC blade instead of, and instead of tang pins, as pressed Zen pins, which is preferred in the community, but, you know, this thing just, I feel like this thing gets worse tolerance easier, which isn't, like, horrible. You can always get new hardware, or try to, yeah, like, sometimes the hardware isn't the best. Yeah, I kind of stripped that a little bit. You can't really tell, but it's not, like, horribly stripped. But, it can be tough, you know. I like this thing. Flips great, but compared to the Nautilus, I would say that there are some cons, you know, like, it gets tapped, you know, and it's really weird to tune. There goes my dogs. This is lubed up, so the tap doesn't sound, like, horrible right now. But if you can maintain your knives and keep it in perfect condition and just really love it, then you won't mind. These ballast songs are great, you know, but it's not my favorite. But yeah, it's not my favorite, you know. You can really tell the differences between them, and you just kind of have to pick and choose which ones you like. This is 7075. That's 6061 aluminum with G10. It really just comes down to what's your preference, you know, Bowie or Tanto. And the weight distribution. This is actually a little bit more handle bias than what the Nautilus is, in my opinion. This thing doesn't fan as well as a Nautilus would, so just keep that in mind. Like, I prefer the fanning feel on the Nautilus more than I prefer, and as you see me mess up the choker fan, yeah, I just prefer the fanning feel on this, and the rollover action, you know, all that on this. But that doesn't make it where I flip my Nautilus more. I go back and forth between them, you know. I honestly couldn't pick and choose. I'm just happy to have both of them, you know. But if I had to choose, I would choose my Nautilus over the Kraken, because the Kraken is more sought after. I guess that's weird to say, but it's more sought after, so I could just sell it easier. And my Nautilus, I just like the light feel to it, you know. I have plenty of heavier knives, you know. It takes me, it takes a step back, you know. But, that's just my review. I know it's kind of crappy. This thing, it flips amazing, and I would say it fans a bit better than what the Kraken does. And feel in hand, I prefer this. You know, some people prefer G10, some people prefer, hardened aluminum, you know. But it all comes down to preference, and at the end of the day, it's just a ballast song that's good, in my opinion. And is it worth the money? Both of them are, yes. I wouldn't say it's worth paying extra for like a special color or an inked, but you know what? I did both of that, so I can't really say anything. You know, it's cheaper if you just get it. Out of both of them, I'd say get the Zephyr.